Today, we're going to be breaking down how Henry was able to lock up Dez using the $3-2 and his defensive end loop blitz. Let's get into it.
Oh my!
And somehow didn't get him.
To start this blitz off, we're going to be going over coaching adjustments. First, auto flip off. Next, auto alignment set to base. Cornerback matchups, strip ball, and tackling are all going to be set to balanced. Zones, you can run them as match or default. It depends on what you do with your zone drops. Speaking of zone drops, this is going to be depending upon what your opponent is using. I like to shy away from zone drops as clouds with the right adjustment can play most corner outs in the game. More on that later. The final two are going to be ball and air and option defense. Play ball is going to be set for ball and air. Option defense, I like to have it set to conservative. Now let's talk about the blitz setup. This is the hardest part. After following the coaching adjustment section, yeah, I'm talking about you that decided to skip it because you thought it wasn't important. All there is left to do is press and bring the slot corner over from the running back side in about 2 yards and up about 1.5 yards. The way to judge where he needs to be at is before you press out a DB Fire 2 with baseline on, see where the corner lines up. From there, you're going to click on and move him directly back about 1.5 yards off the line, ensuring that he remains in a contain. And that is how you set this blitz up. But we're not quite done yet. The next part is talking about coverage and how Henry is able to shut out Dez in a dominant fashion for the Madden Ultimate Kickoff. Let's break this down. Now the hardest play to stop out a bunch is verticals. But with Henry's unique man-zone hybrid, he was not only able to shut down bunch as a whole, but continue to get amazing pressure with the blitz we just talked about. The most popular shell that Henry ran against bunch was a cover 3 on the bunch side with a cover 2 on the solo side. He would achieve this by taking the linebacker on bunch, dropping him into a curl flap, the safety on bunch side into an inside third, with the soft squat on bunch side going into an outside third, and taking the slot corner, manning him up to the slot receiver, and from there sending the loop blitz from the running back side. The next look is very similar to what we just saw, but it is a pure cover 3 shell, sending both slots off of the edge. In this circumstance, he's just trying to get pressure. This is going to be difficult to guard verticals in this particular coverage shell, as the user is going to be extremely stressed between the crosser as well as the tight end running the wheel route and the outside receiver running the wheel. In this particular coverage shell, you would find Henry running the curl flats about 5 to 10 yards just to take away those short immediate routes. If you didn't know this, curl flats in both Madden 23 and 24, they play interior. They don't play to the sidelines like a hard flat, cloud flat, or a soft squat does. Both seam flats and curl flats will work in first and then work out to the flats. Whereas a hard flat will go straight outside to the flats and give up anything vertical or anything interior, such as a wheel route from the tight end. This is why Henry is running curl flats more often than a hard flat. In this shell, Henry's looking to generate pressure, give up either a short yardage, or get the blitz home before the big play is able to get open. This one we have two different variations. Henry's always going to be baseline pressing, but we will take that a step further here just after we finish breaking down these zone coverages that Henry actually used. The reason that we can rely on this blitz so effectively is because in this particular bunch, with the exception of bunch offset, the tight end cannot be blocked unless they motion one receiver across. If they motion a receiver across, max protect, this blitz is not going to get home and somebody's going to be open for a big play. That is why we go ahead and rotate between the cover 2 DB Fire and the cover 3 still running DB Fire as the base play. The two variations we're going to see out of DB Fire is either manning up the linebacker to the tight end to take away the wheel route, or in this situation, taking the slot corner, manning him up to the slot receiver, and taking away a crosser, making our user have to either guard the flats, guard the wheel route, or anything quick over the middle of the field. Gotta have a good user to be able to pull this defensive off. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is run defense. So in a tight pinch, you see I've basically got it set up right here. You're going to go RB down on the left stick, blitz all linebackers twice, and then you're going to crash your defensive line inside. Against a base or an outside zone run or an outside run in general, all we're going to be doing is scrape across. Oh wow, we got a fumble right off that. Now, if they were to be running inside zone, first you have to identify what kind of run it is. If it's an RPO, we are going to address this completely different. Subscribe to learn how to shut down RPOs, and we're going to adjust accordingly. Now, for now, this is just going to be a simple inside zone. So we've RB down the left stick, blitz all linebackers. Sometimes you get this funky angle where they're both blitzing to the right side A gap. If that happens, just blitz them again, and that'll resolve it. Lastly, crash your defensive line inside, and if it's a run inside, whether it be a dive or an inside zone, all you're going to do, you're just going to go straight down. And right there, we got a very lucky shed. But in general, this is how you shut down runs in a pinch. It's not ultra consistent. It is not a run defense. I would never recommend running dollar as your base run defense. Fantastic for pass, but not very good against the run unless you're just relying on fluke. Now, if you want more inside the mind of these Madden pros, whether it be on defense or offense, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be breaking down Madden Pro schemes throughout the course of the entire year. No, we're not going to be taking it directly from the ebook. We're going to be taking it directly from their game and learning how we can apply it to our own schemes as well. Subscribe for more, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.